At this place in history, we're on Granite Street in Montpelier with Steve Perkins, the executive director of the Vermont Historical Society. Steve, a very common household item brings us here this week.
Yeah, Mike, I brought my own. This. A
Clothespins. I brought two of them, actually. All right.
And in particular, this type of clothespin. Did you know that they were made here in Montpelier?
I did not.
Very long history of clothespin manufacturing right here in Vermont. So Andrew Liptak, who works with us at the Vermont Historical Society, has written an article in our latest Connections newsletter on the clothespin industry. So I've asked him to come join us.
It was a surprise to me. A museum guest came in and talked to me about it, and that set me down the rabbit hole of clothespin history. So what had happened is that in the 1700s, a couple of Vermonters had gotten patents for their inventions that improvements to the clothespin that brought. It used to be that you'd have a stick that you sort of split in the middle and would stick your clothes on. These improvements added springs and certain shapes to it that would allow people to clamp their clothing to a wash line. And part of this was driven by the development of cities, which you didn't have a lot of space to dry clothes.
A lot of photos of tenements in New York and elsewhere with laundry lines out on people's porches. What of them they had?
Yeah, exactly.
As we were driving over here along the Winooski River, we noticed that the small dam, the power-producing dam right in the center of Montpelier, is the Clothespin Dam.
Yeah, right next to Shaw's. So right across from, there's a gas station there now. That was one big factory, and the distinguishing feature there was a giant clothespin on the roof. It was apparently it was functional, but it was that's what a lot of people remembered coming into town was this big clothespin factory. And there were a number here in Montpelier. The factory here, the National Clothespin Company, moved up the river in 1918, and then to take advantage of the electrical lines that had been placed there.
And I understand that it was the last one still operational.
It was. So the 1930s was sort of the heyday of the clothespin industry. After that, you have the global market starting to open up. You have clothespins coming in from Eastern Europe and China over the decades. And slowly these factories sort of fell away. This is the last standing one. It closed down for the last time in 2003.
2003?
Yeah.
Still making clothespins. And why did the clothespin industry start to go away?
Foreign, just sort of foreign, cheaper imports came in. There was a lot of effort from the makers here to try to get tariffs put on the foreign ones, and just also the washing machine and dryer. That certainly made it a little bit harder to sell them when you could easily dry your clothes in your house all at once.
Yeah, you don't need to have laundry lines up anymore.
It also makes it easier in the wintertime, as right now.
America's last wooden clothespin factory at this place in history.